And we are live for some Monday evening chair league action. The map's Garden of Terror. The teams are Illidongers on the blue and Discord White on the red. And the caster is myself, Terraspaz, bringing you some Week 7 on Season 2 chair league action. And looking forward to an exciting match, and I'm glad to have y'all here with me. We're going to be starting with a ban on from Illidongers on Falstad, which may be the most common selection or ban that I've seen, right behind maybe Kael'thas, but I think Falstad still takes the cake. But it doesn't really, it's not a huge difference between them. Both teams banning Falstad and Kael'thas, just getting them out of the way, removing the high damage and the high mobility, which are both very potent threats on this map especially. Illidongers will be picking up Li Ming to get a lot of that high burst, high range damage in. So far things going fairly predictably, but Illidongers seem, at least off the go, a bit more comfortable with their plan. It seems they're not burning too much time with each draft selection. It's going pretty predictably so far. I'm guessing it was discussed beforehand or rehearsed. Meanwhile, Discord White picks up Thrall as their first pick, a really strong lane presence. It's going to be a lot of fighting, I suspect, at the Terror, at the seed pickups. It's nice to have a good, reliable frontliner that can do a little bit of crowd controlling, put out some damage, and has a moderate health pool, and Rhaegar will certainly help him do that. So Discord White going all horde for the beginning. Let me make sure we're on the... Oh, we're not even on the right... there we go. That's not even on the right thing. Now you can actually see what I'm seeing. Monday level mistakes. We'll get them all out of the way here. Illidongers are going to be picking up Sonya to help protect Li Ming, be in the way of everybody trying to get to the wizard from Diablo. And wonder who they'll follow up with next. They're gonna go for the Muradin. So already Illidongers clearly confident in their multiple tank composition. Got a very strong health pools on the side of Sonya and Muradin. A lot of that's a big wall for Thrall and Rhaegar to try to break through. So they'll need some assistance in their next 3 picks for certain. And I think as far as a draft goes, this is probably my favorite and most interesting part. You get some information for the other team. It's not like the beginning where you kind of know who you're banning before you start. You get to see and react. So Discord White, seeing that Illidongers don't have a whole lot of frontline damage, rapid damage, other than Sonya, decide that they don't want to face down Illidan in the mix of all this. And Illidongers, knowing that Discord White's probably gonna select a tank at some point, decide to take out ETC, since I believe only Muradin right now has any way of disrupting the big scary mosh pit that ETC's become famous for. Anubarak, the third pick for Discord White's got a lot of potential to dive in past that thick front wall of Muradin and Sonya. So Li Ming and whoever else Illidongers pick up could be at a bit of risk, depending on what the rest of the team for Discord White decides to do. But Anubarak, almost custom built to take out long range, low health pool mages especially. And digging into their stoppage time, Discord White trying to figure out what to supplement this really solid core of Anubarak, Thrall, and Rhaegar is. They can do a lot with it. There's plenty of options available to them, and so far it doesn't look like they're going to get punished by a whole lot. A fairly safe standard setup, even if the Anubarak doesn't see as much play as he has before. Getting low on time, but they will pick up a a supplementary support, Tassadar, to help keep Thrall standing, help zone some people away with storms and possibly walls. A good pickup, especially on this map where a lot of the objective involves and just some damage, especially some AOE damage on the small seed camps. So good pickup there. Nice additions for some wave clear, which I think Discord White might have been lacking a little bit. So now Illidongers going to finish out their draft with their last 2 picks. They've got a fairly clear picture of what they're going up against, so I wouldn't be very surprised to see them grab a support and some big form of damage, and they're going to get that in the form of Greymane. Could be a solid way to protect himself from an Uberak with his rapid engage and disengage moves to get in there, close the distance, or run away. And if nothing else, just unload a bunch of damage on whoever happens across his path. And Uther will be the last pick, the support from Lordaeron, to round out the team of Illidongers. So a good solid amount of damage, a nice sturdy front line, and a big sturdy anchor to keep everybody standing in the form of Uther. So a very strong, respectable team from Illidongers, and Discord White has one more pick and 15 seconds to figure out what's their last selection, and they could feasibly do any number of things. Most heroes they pick should fit well into this, and it's going to be a ranged assassin Vala to round things out. So a nice draft from both teams. Can't really pick a decisive winner here. Both teams seem to have gotten, if not what they wanted, at least something that'll work for them. So it should be good. So we'll hop into the game here in just a bit, and we'll see what comes. And we are live! The map is Garden of Terror, the game is Heroes of the Storm, and the teams are set. On the side of Discord White, we've got Brad on Rhaegar, Blinders on Vala, Burger on Enubarak, Waldo on Thrall, and Hysteria on Tassadar. And on the side of Illidongers, we've got Luxley on Muradin, The Winds on Sonya, Genk on Uther, Aiden on Li Ming, and Milk and Cookies on Greymane.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Violence is imminent, the gates are down, teams are rushing, and we should have violence here in just a few moments. Both teams setting up the positions, trying to figure out how they want to take this opening round of engagements, and a lot of dancing around mid. No one willing to fully commit. Muradin and Ubarak doing a bit of token damage to each other, but both teams just willing to play it safe, not take any risks, and then split for lanes. Looks like Illidongers are gonna go ahead and commit some heroes to different lanes, with Sonya in the top, Li Ming in the bottom. Whereas Discord White's just starting to break out now. Rhaegar and Vala gonna head up top here to try and suss out this Sonya, and should unload a bit of damage onto her, but nothing too sinister. Meanwhile, Muradin takes a fair bit of damage from the Enubarak Tassadar, but I suspect that will repair itself fairly quickly, especially with the Uther there to back him up. And down to the bottom, this might be where the fireworks start. Thrall versus Li Ming, a lot of damage on both sides, and as long as Li Ming's careful, she should be able to avoid any serious damage here. Discord White posturing like they're gonna take possibly top. Not quite sure yet. Looks like Thrall and Tassadar are gonna scoop some seeds here from the bottom. We got a bit of an engagement here in the top. Sonya's going deep on Rhaegar and Vala. Ubarak just trying to stay there, take as many seeds as he can, is able to tunnel away to safety. And so far, pretty substantial seed lead to the side of Discord White. They should be able to pick up a terror if all goes according to plan. Li Ming might be in a bit of trouble here. Ubarak coming to deliver a very painful message, and so far no big activation on the big terror from Discord White, trying to see if they can get an early takedown on Li Ming. She plays it safe, gets away. And both teams doing a very good job while the terrors are up of trying to glom up any experience points they can. You'll notice Thrall was in the bottom, Uther and Vala are up here in the top, just trying to soak and get what they can. And it looks like both teams are gonna be short of the seeds necessary for a terror, unless Illidongers can scoop up some of these from bottom. Rhaegar's got eyes on him, so Discord White should know what's headed their way, but I don't think they're gonna be around to help Rhaegar. Rhaegar dropping fairly low health, able to dodge that cocktail and get away. Illidongers will get here just in time to get enough seeds for a terror of their own, so good. So that's kind of the trade-off you gamble with when you're soaking experience and not fully committing everybody to that terror. You can, if it works out, you gain experience, and Discord White was enjoying that experience lead for a while, but it is going to surrender a round 1 terror to Illidongers. So we'll see what they wind up doing with it. Thrall picking up the last rogue seed out on the board. So looks like the terror is going to head northward up into the top lane with Muradin and Vala, dragging several members of Discord White with them. Meanwhile, Uther, Li Ming and Greymane trying to do some damage on this bottom wall, splitting the attention while top terrors starting to go ham on these buildings here. And so this should propel Illidongers to a fairly substantial experience lead. They've got presence in all 3 lanes. Muradin just soaking his best in mid. A lot of damage coming out against Enubarak, but it looks like Enubarak and Thrall are going to prevent any serious damage from bottom. And all in all, this looks to be a pretty good hold from Discord White, based on what Illidongers are trying to do. I mean, it's really hard to have a Terror do 0 damage, but this is certainly could have gone a lot worse for Discord White. They're going to lose their top wall and not fall that far behind in experience. So all in all, a very good, very sensible defensive play from Discord White will keep them without a substantial disadvantage. What's notable, we just crossed the 5-minute mark and each team has gone without surrendering a takedown yet. Both teams very defensively minded. A lot of damage coming down here against from Muradin, but nothing doing yet. And maybe because of the early laning with Thrall and Li Ming, they both should be fairly aware how to not get killed by the other, and without their presence in any of the other lanes, they shouldn't be able to sneak a takedown on anyone. Like this 2-on-1 here is not any real danger to Muradin. He should be safe and fine. He's one quick toss away from safety. Bottom Siege Giants going out on the side of Discord White. They're gonna chuck a few rocks, but there's plenty of support against them from Illidongers. Should clean this up fairly quickly. Seeds are up in about 20 seconds. Wouldn't be surprised to see teams start trying to scoop up a camp here. Maybe get a head start on that level 10 heroic talent. Then we do see Sonya taking the siege in the top. We see Bruisers tempted to be taken for the side of Illidongers, but Greyman at a bit low health is going to have to disengage. Support may not have come quite what he was thinking. Maybe a bit of miscommunication there, but no giant harm, no giant foul. So we see 10s on the side of Illidongers, followed immediately by Discord White. Anubarak deftly burrowing to safety through that nice narrow corridor. And again, a very peaceful game. Very peaceful game so far, although it's worth noting that unlike the first Terror where we saw Illidongers and Discord White kind of spread out, soak a bunch of experience and relative safety, here we're starting to see tight clumps from each team. We see Illidongers in the bottom, we see Discord White on the top, just making sure that nothing's gonna catch just a single one of them out of position. Anubarak taking a bit of damage, getting glued in place, but is gonna be fine. And here comes the cavalry. Discord White funneling in from the top. Great. Sonya's got eyes on it. We have a big engagement here. Sunring's going to take a couple people out of position. Big roots going down on Muradin. His health pool's going to keep him up. A nice rain of vengeance is going to hit a lot of people with Illidongers. Still no takedowns yet. Anubarak's on ever decreasing health, and it looks like Illidongers is in full retreat. Muradin's going to fall. Sonya's diving in to try and avenge him, but she's not going to have enough damage out there. Uthu might come out of position here. His health's rapidly dropping, but he is going to get away, and it's just going to be a 1 takedown. Meanwhile, both teams, Terror is still wilting in place, but it looks like each team will manage to get their Terror just in time. Good awareness from both teams, knowing that they wanted to maximize the presence in that engagement, but had to get back before the Terrors were gone and that advantage disappeared. So we're going to see Discord White ball up here in a big, giant, powerful force here in mid, try and force through. They should easily be able to get this fort with the power they've got present. Meanwhile, Illidongers' Terror is just going to go ham on top. More damage coming out on Muradin. Sunder's going to take out Greymane, put him in a bad position, and it's going to be a 2 for 0 in favor of Discord White. They're going to get the fort. But fortunately for Illidongers, they have equalized a fort of their own, so they're not falling colossally behind experience as long as this mid keep hold. If this falls against Illidongers, they could have a substantial problem. But we see health pool starting to drip. The Terror's only got a few seconds left and even less hit points, so they're gonna make sure they don't surrender their advantage to Illidongers and just retreat. Meanwhile, the Winds here has got only a few seconds left, and the rest of the Discord White has perfect awareness of where he is, so he's got a long way to go to escape. Sonya, I did not know you could move through a force wall like that, but that is gonna keep her safe and well, and good, very good timing from the Winds, knowing exactly when to get out. Got a big engagement here coming at the siege camp, but both teams not quite sure what they're getting into, so just retreating away, not trying to pursue anything. And as we're going into the third round of Siege Collection, both teams still relatively even on experience. Discord White enjoying a small lead, maybe about a third or a quarter of a level here. Illidongers here smelling something. They're going to try and nab the siege camp. Can't quite get it, getting there just too late, but they will be able to push everybody else away from the side of Discord White and clean up this camp just in very short order. Oh, but they're not out of this yet. A Cocoon's going to come down on Uther, it looks like. Muradin taking a lot of damage. The rest of his allies are not close enough to support it. And it looks like Illidongers is going to have to be in a bit of a retreat. They're trying to poke out some damage that they can. Greymane just dimly dodging that Thrall attack. I don't think he's going to make it back to safety. He's going to go down. And a 5v4 against Illidongers. They're going to have to play this one safe if they don't want to turn this engagement into a dire situation. But they're still in this to win it. They're throwing out damage. They're not willing to just throw in the towel and say, nope, you got us, you have this one. So certainly not making it easy for Discord White as they pick up Bruiser Camp, and all the while both Big Terror's still up. Discord White coming in from the bottom, looking to do some damage to the Illidongers, who are just scooping up the little camps. Greymane's still not around the fight, so Discord White does have the numbers advantage. A lot of damage coming down on Muradin, and he's going to go down. And that should hopefully discourage Illidongers from taking a big engagement here, that they're not in a strong position with numbers or levels to win there. So big ball of seeds will go to Discord White. It's going to be enough for a terror, and they're going to go for the only other seed bucket left on the map. Illidongers had vision in the mid lane, so they're fairly aware of generally what's coming here in the bottom. And it looks like they're coming to collapse. Tassadar gets vision, sees it all coming. Big orbs coming up from Li Ming, but so far not enough intrusive power here to fully engage. Muradin's still a few steps away, and it's going to be just enough time for Discord White to clean up all the seeds before the cavalry comes in. But Muradin not satisfied with that. Big hammer coming out. Anubarak in just such low health. Tassadar with barely more, and a force wall is going to block everyone out just long enough to get Discord White the retreat they need to survive. So I liked Illidongers, waiting there, making sure they didn't want to like stagger deaths and give Discord White a continued advantage. They waited for Muradin to come in and then tried to engage as hard as they could, and it just came up slightly short, but I think that was the correct play. Meanwhile, Sonya out by herself as the full complement of Discord White surrounds her and envelops her, and she's going to lunge to safety, and for the moment it looks like it's going to be close. She might be able to get away from this. Teammates coming to help her out, Greymane and Uther from the bottom, and Sonya's just moving towards the fort, trying to lead Discord White on a merry chase away from their buildings. Big engagement at the mid-keep for Illidongers. Diving potential of Anubarak, just gluing someone in place, diving in behind them. It's an excellent pursuer, if not a ton of damage. Mid-keep is going to fall. Terror's got about half a minute left, and has plenty of time to come up with some other mechanism for dealing damage here. Muradin for Illidongers in hot pursuit, trying to deliver some stuns as best he can. Most teams' ultimates are still, nearly all the ultimates are still up, so there's plenty of room for a big engagement here. Terror plowing through the wall, making his own door, saying, I don't need a path, I'm going to make my own path. Giant Sundering coming out against Thrall. It's going to put Greymane in a bad enough position to take him out. 5v4 in favor of Discord White. Nubarak's dropping at fairly low health. A nice Ancestral to totally restore it. Muradin's going to have to short Dwarf Hop away, and he might be able to get away from this. A nice hammer to secure this. Sonya in the cocoon. Illidongers trying to as best he can to make sure Sonya has the ability to escape. Looks like she is going to get away. So a 1-0 takedown in favor of Discord White from all that. They managed to get mid-keep. The bottom fort, which was already in kind of rough shape with the front walls. They're not done yet. They're gonna get this bruiser camp on their way out, and they have another terror growing back at home. The Illidongers can't rest their laurels just yet. They're aware of the problem that's coming, and fortunately they'll get some time to clean up some of these lanes and push back what needs to be pushed back. And this is a really hard this is a really unique decision for both teams. When a terror is up and seeds are up, what do you do? What's the correct play? Looks like both teams are going to fully commit to the terror that's on the board instead of trying to get one in the future. Discord White moving as a 5-man death unit here in bottom, trying to take out Gank, who wound up a bit out there. He's gonna walk back to the Spirit Realm and respawn back at the floor here in a bit. Greymane getting caught out here with an Anubarak stun. That's just the delay that Discord White needed to take him out. 5 on 3 in favor of Discord White as they're balling up here in mid, or bottom rather. And this, if Discord White plays their cards right, this could be enough force, enough damage to take the game. A nice Rain of Vengeance from Sonya is going to take Sonya out. 5v2 in favor of Discord White, and they're done. They're done with keeps. I'm not interested in tiny little keeps anymore. They're interested for blood. They're interested for gold, and it's going to be up to Li Ming and Muradin to try and stop this. And I don't think they got the damage or the blocks to deal with it. So that is going to be game. For Discord White, who, except for that one team fight about midway through, ran every team fight really well. They had a good. Discord White clearly communicated well, knowing who on their team was going to initiate a fight. Assigning whoever Anubarak stuns, this is the target. This is who everybody needs to go ham on, because if we can take this to a 5v4, then that's going to be really beneficial to the team fight and put Illidongers at an immediate disadvantage. But that one team fight at the end, where or about mid game, it was at the bottom Garden Terror. Illidongers did a good job knowing they were slightly behind. They didn't want to take a 4v5 engagement. They waited for Muradin and almost got away with 2 takedowns there. Anubarak and Tassadar with just critically low health. So a well-played match from both teams. It was certainly unique to see some of the lesser-known heroes that have been in the meta as of late. It's nice to see Anubarak. It's nice to see Greymane back in strong fashion. So really enjoyed it. Enjoyed casting it, but unfortunately there is only one W, and today that W goes to the side of Discord White. So congratulations, and I'll see y'all in the Nexus. Take care.